Today is 2 weeks. This marks 2 weeks into my Ozempic journey, my Ozempic Chronicles. Before we get started, would you hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub, make sure you get notifications for everything we do on this channel. What a great community we have here. We'd love to have you be a part of it as well. Whether you're on Ozempic, Wegovy, Saxenda, Victoza, Trulicity, Mounjaro, or Zepbound, this is the channel for you to stay up to date on all the latest breaking news in the world of GLP-1s. But let's get back into my journey. So 2 weeks on Ozempic. So for those of you who don't know, I spent the better part of a year, actually a year, on Mounjaro tirzepatide. I kind of had a messy dosing schedule due to side effects, due to scarcity, a whole range of things. But really what ultimately I found was that once I hit the 15 milligram, I just stopped losing weight and stopped seeing the benefit from a weight loss standpoint, though Mounjaro tirzepatide did an excellent job at controlling my blood sugars. So now 2 weeks into Ozempic, how does it compare? Well, I expected my weight to go up because when I went off of Mounjaro for a brief period of time, or at least titrated way back earlier this year, I gained weight immediately. Just moving back from the 15 to the 5, I gained about 10 pounds in a month. And it slowly kind of came back off as I titrated up, but not really ever back to a baseline. So when I started Ozempic, I started, I think, around 288 pounds. My lowest was about 279 pounds on Mounjaro. So I had gained a little bit back. After the first couple days, I was up to, I want to say it was like 292. So it shot up quick, but I knew that that was hormonal changes. I knew that it was likely water retention. It was all sorts of things. And so I've just been patient with it. I've continued on my 1 milligram per shot, even though my prescription is for 2 milligrams a week. I've been taking that first milligram early on in the week, and then later on, whether I split it up in 2 different doses or just take the whole 1 milligram, I split it up. So I took 1 milligram this morning because I needed that effect of the medicine today. I usually take it on the show on Thursday nights. Depending on how it treats me today, I had thought maybe I would jump up to just the full 2 milligram dose this week. But honestly, I teeter real close to feeling sick to my stomach sometimes. And so I wanted to make sure that I didn't jump right into that 2, that I spaced it out. We'll see how the 1 milligram goes today. Maybe I'll take the other half tonight so that I get the full dose in the day and so I can see what 2 milligrams. But I like having options towards the middle of the week because it seems like Ozempic lasts me 3 to 4 days from an appetite suppression standpoint. Again, I don't eat crazily and let my blood sugars go wonky too much. I try to keep my carbohydrate intake in check, especially refined carbohydrates and sugar. So let's talk about the effect of the medication from an appetite suppression standpoint. I said early on in this journey that the appetite suppression was better. I stand by that, 2 weeks in. I think that really what happens to me with Ozempic, and I think that this is kind of what many people have told me that they've experienced as well, is Ozempic works best when you eat. So what do you say? Well, appetite suppression should have you eating less. Well, yeah, kind of. It's never made me feel like, oh, I just can't eat. But when I do eat, I can really feel the slowness of the gastric emptying with Ozempic or semaglutide in a way that I never felt with tirzepatide. That's also experienced on my continuous glucose monitor that I wear. I can see that after I eat, it takes a longer time for that blood sugar to rise, and it's a little bit more steady because the gastric emptying is delayed a lot better for me with semaglutide than it was ever with tirzepatide. So I think that's where the fullness comes in, is that the actual mechanism of the delayed gastric emptying is better with semaglutide for me than it is with tirzepatide. I've got a hypothesis of why that is. I've read this in other places. Brent Tuggle, who is the moderator for our Facebook group, Zepbound for Weight Loss, has mentioned the same thing on a live recently as well. It's that the GLP-1 agonist in semaglutide is actually stronger than the GLP-1 agonist in Mounjaro. It's just that Mounjaro also acts on the GIP receptor, so because it's acting on 2, for some people it's better. But it's a stronger GLP-1 agonist, and that's definitely what I have experienced. GLP-1 being the most prominent of the incretin hormones. Incretin hormones are hormones that act in your body to delay gastric emptying, to stimulate your pancreas to make more insulin when you need it, to help you feel full in the pleasure reward centers of your brain, and overall bring your insulin levels down and help you regulate your sugars better. And so ultimately, GIP is a second. There are others, and there are other medicines in the pipeline that will be acting on those. We cover all that on this channel as well. But for me, my experience and everything that I've read, the strongest GLP-1 receptor agonist, exclusively GLP-1, is semaglutide. I've been experiencing that. So let's talk about weight. So I started, and I told you I moved up all the way to 292 this morning, 286. So it's heading back in the right direction. I'm sure that it's weight loss. I'm sure that it's kicking back in because honestly, I'm eating less. I'm feeling full for a very long time after I eat a meal, and I'm very encouraged by this progress because this was exactly what I was hoping for. I was skeptical that I would see this progress, but I was exactly what I was hoping for. So I'm the reverse of most people. Most people are moving from this to this, but I moved from this to this. So it's just interesting to see how this is going. And it's kind of, like I said, the inverse of the experience that most people are having right now. But I'm excited. I'm reinvigorated for the journey to know that this medicine might be helping me a little bit more. If this information is helpful for you, if you like learning more about GLP-1s, please consider giving this channel a follow. I do a weekly show called On the Pen Live. It's every Thursday night, live on YouTube, 9 p.m. Central. Tonight we have Chrissy G back for a second go round on the pen. So we're excited to have Chrissy G. Next week we've got Brent Tuggle from the Facebook group. Again, a little plug for the Facebook group, Zepbound for Weight Loss, if you're interested in starting that. And also, if you're looking for a good multivitamin to try for the GLP-1 journey, check out PeptideVite. Link is in the description of this video. PeptideVite is a special formulation for people on a GLP-1 journey. I found it just a couple of months ago. And if you are interested, it's the only one I found that's actually specially formulated for the journey to help replace some key minerals in your body and vitamins to help boost your metabolism, help fight fatigue. That's the biggest thing that people experience on these GLP-1 medications. So check that out, and the link is in the description. It helps to promote the growth of this channel as well when you do that. So thank you very much for those who have checked out PeptideVite, the Facebook group, and we'll catch you on the next video.